Hi guys, I'm really excited to share with you the first schematic floor plan for the design of your new home on this amazingly wooded site. These trees are fantastic mature specimens, and I'm really grateful that you're looking for a design that incorporates these trees. Obviously, the significant challenge for your property's design are these trees and their critical root zones. So let's take a look at the arborist report. This arborist report shows the updated critical root zones and the tree protection zones to reflect the more accurate survey that was delivered by your surveyor last week. So this is the real legit final data. And if we combine this arborist data with the required 20-foot front yard and the rear yard, and then the 6.5-foot side yards that the city requires, you'll see that the buildable area for your very unique lot, it's unique. It's obviously not going to be possible to stay out of the tree protection zones entirely, but I'm really pleased to present to you a design that does a very commendable job of only just barely encroaching into the critical root zones. Again, this blue area represents the city-defined buildable area outside of your 20-foot deep front yards and rear yards and the 6.5-foot side yards. And it stays out of the critical root zones. These redwood trees, these giants here, and the grove at the front, they really eat into a lot of this, and it even leaves just a small, barely usable sliver of buildable area right here. Also, if we look at this site plan, you can see an outline of your neighbor's structure sitting just way too close to your property line right here. So this is what we have to work with to design your single-story, four-bedroom home with a garage and a large covered carport. And I'll be honest, the four bedrooms with the carport and being all single-story, that was pretty challenging on this lot, especially since your city will not allow us to build anything, not even the carport, in the city-defined front yard, which for a panhandle lot like yours is the yard that touches the panhandle. So this is definitely your front yard, and they definitely don't allow us to build anything in it, unfortunately. So I was really struggling to find room for everything, but then I had this eureka moment for your project when I decided to break out your Namaste bedroom into a separate detached accessory dwelling unit. Let's check it out. All right, we're gonna zoom in on the floor plan later, so don't squint trying to read everything here. But in this zoomed out site plan, we can see the basic site layout for your home. The 16-foot driveway extends well past your carport and your garage to allow for additional parking area in the front of your home for your motorcycles, as well as a sixth uncovered guest car spot. The garage and carport area are, in my opinion, perfectly situated adjacent to your way too close structure on your neighbor's lot, while the bedroom wing is along the more beautiful wooded side of the lot. The great room is here in the center of the lot, and it connects the trees at the front yard all the way through to the redwood giants in the center of your lot. And as I said, the real aha moment for me came when I detached one of your bedrooms into a detached accessory dwelling unit, which instead of a 20-foot rear yard and a 6.5-foot side yard, the ADU is able to take advantage of only 4-foot rear and side setbacks. That's huge. And otherwise, we couldn't find a way to fit this fourth bedroom within the buildable area of the lot, and without impacting further the trees. All while staying single story, of course, and also staying mostly out of the critical root zones. I say mostly because I am encroaching a bit into certain critical root zones at these areas, but only just barely at the giant, though quite a bit more at these 40-inch redwoods here and here. These are the areas of particular interest to me that your root surveyor should focus on. Before we zoom in on the floor plan, I also want to point out that I'm also showing a driveway turntable in this area because while you should have enough room to do a simple three-point turn, if you're really going to have so many cars on this lot, this turntable will take a lot of stress out of turning around near so many cars, especially for your guests. And I think your long-term summer guests would also get a real big kick out of this feature. Okay, so let's zoom in on the floor plan. First thing you'll notice is that the orientation on the page has changed. To fit the page better, now we're showing north at the top side of the page and south where the sun comes in the afternoon. This is on the bottom of the page. And I have to say, I love this open and pseudo courtyard home. This 4-bedroom, 3-bath home is a little bit smaller than what you were asking for in terms of square footage, but I have plans to make this home live and feel larger than it actually is. I'm showing approximately 1,800 square feet of living area here and about 800 square feet of combined garage and covered carport, and finally about 900 square feet of decking wrapping around the redwood giants and connecting the detached namaste room to the rest of the house. All right, let's take a tour. So after parking here at the carport or garage, you would walk around the corner to your extra wide front door. The entry area may be a bit small, but the fact that we're doing this, what I propose to be like a wood slat open screen wall here at the kitchen, should help make the entry feel a little bit more open than its relatively small footprint. Plus, from the entry, this narrow entry, the focus really just shoots your eye straight towards the redwood giants just outside this large sliding glass door here. Once you step past the screen wall, you're in the large open great room with the kitchen, the dining, and the living areas. The living room back wall is meant to be almost fully glass, with both an extra wide sliding glass door and a 2-sided see-through fireplace, so both the indoor and outdoor seating areas can appreciate the fire. Above the fireplace will be your 70-inch TV, and above that TV, more full-height glass to really take in the redwood canopy. I think this kitchen is going to be perfect for you. I've incorporated each of the appliances that you just recently shared with me. So we've got included here the retro drink fridge, the side-by-side 24-inch refrigerator and freezer columns. And adjacent to these tall elements would be a narrow reach-in pantry, as well as an appliance garage above the adjacent countertop. This U-shaped counter has a 36-inch wide basin and a 36-inch wide range, so the cooktop with oven below. And I'm also showing here a raised counter for plenty of friends to gather around and for informal breakfasts, and to somewhat screen any messes that might be in the kitchen a little bit, at least from the dining room. Under this raised counter area, you'll find the under-counter wine refrigerator tucked into the inside inactive corner of your lower kitchen cabinets. I'm showing a large extent of upper cabinets, but it's important for me that we maintain some openness to the front yard redwood groves. So for now, I'm assuming that we'll do some ribbon windows between the countertop and the underside of the upper cabinets, and then above the uppers, we're likely going to want to incorporate more glass to really give this great room its true sense of being nestled between these large mature trees. All right, so there are 4 rooms that open directly onto the great room, all with 3-foot wide doors. At the corner closest to the kitchen, we have the office/flow room. I've copied Kim's office layout from your current home here. I would expect these walls to be covered in whiteboard, and perhaps even these closet doors could be more whiteboard surface. This office also has enough room for a pull-out couch, but I think I would suggest more of like a folding futon style couch instead, so that the office furniture wouldn't be too crowded by a bed when both Jet and Han are home to visit. The next room over would be Tino's sleepover ready bedroom. I would propose utilizing a loft bed or a bunk bed situation in Tino's room to accommodate 2 sleepers in this area of the room, and then leave enough room for a blow-up mattress here in the corner. Plus, I think long-term summer guests would love having some bunk beds available for them and their kids as well. This bathroom here will serve as both Tino's bathroom and the guest bathroom for the house as well. So this door should be equipped with self-closing hinges, since it opens onto the great room directly. Now we come to the master suite, and the only small length of hallway space in the entire home. The master bathroom is a bit on the small size, but this size allows for a larger walk-in closet and Eileen's private nook. This nook can be closed off and even locked when guests are in your home. And this location for the Nook is quite enviable, I think, considering the connection to the redwood giants and the views into the great room through the wall of glass. The bedroom here is amply sized for both the king-size bed and a small seating area with sliding glass doors opening onto the redwood deck. Now, the fourth bedroom, the Namaste room, is detached and accessed via the redwood deck. This large room is sized to serve both as an open meditation and workout space for daily use, and as an amazing guest room for either Jet or Han when they're visiting from college. I think these corner sliding glass doors will open right on the axis with this redwood giant, creating a really compelling outdoor space spanning all the way from this open living room door to this open corner at the Namaste room. Plus, with the way I'm envisioning the 3D massing for this design, I love the idea of these two smaller and shorter volumes here and here, extending out from the taller great room volumes adjacent here and here. I'm showing a lot of furniture here in the Namaste room to illustrate the flexibility of the space, and I'm including your rower, your O2 bag, and another weight bench. Here I'm showing the built-in Murphy bed, being flanked by full-height storage elements to act as wardrobe storage and storage for other odds and ends, perhaps here for the guest bedroom needs and here for the gym needs. These cabinet doors and the underside of the Murphy bed could be mirrored surfaces for the gym space functions and to help make the room feel even larger. The bathroom has a self-closing exterior door that enables this Namaste bathroom to act as a really convenient guest bathroom when you're hosting outdoor gatherings on the deck. Now, to be considered an accessory dwelling unit and to take advantage of the 4-foot rear setback, which allows this room to pull away from the redwood tree's critical root zones, we need to incorporate a full kitchen with a refrigerator, a sink, and a cooktop oven, a range. Now, while at first this kitchen may feel extraneous, especially with this outdoor kitchen just here, I imagine that this will serve quite well as a secondary kitchen for big holiday meal prep or as a catering kitchen. I think you might use the lower storage area here for the gym, while the drawers and upper cabinets could be for the overflow kitchen storage. Plus, how great is it to have a dedicated fridge in the gym space? The outdoor space created by the two structures should be covered by a deck wrapped tightly to the redwood tree trunks. Lights strewn up this tree, or these pairs of trees, will cast such beautiful ambient light into this courtyard in the evening hours. And as you can see, the deck has an outdoor kitchen, space for a few tables, as well as plenty of seating space and room for a ping pong table. Now, I want to move on and talk about the more utilitarian corner of your property, starting with the carport. I mentioned before that your city doesn't allow any buildings or structures in your front yard, but they will allow a maximum of a 3-foot overhang into the front yard. So we'll take full advantage of that by starting the carport roof at that 3-foot mark. We'll then set the garage back a further 15 feet, giving you an 18-foot deep covered carport area. The 20 by 20 garage takes advantage of the car stacker to allow half of the garage to be left open as a workshop if desired. And now finally, this small secondary volume here takes advantage of that tiny sliver of buildable area between the side setback and the critical root zone of this tree. Now here I fit in the laundry/mudroom area, as well as your home's required home appliances, namely the water heater tank and the space heating and cooling heat pump unit, the HVAC unit. I would opt to make this secondary volume, and perhaps the Namaste building too, as short as practical so that we don't block off any more access to your southern sunlight than truly necessary. But that 3D massing is a conversation for after the floor plan's been discussed in more detail with you. So now that I've given you a tour of the home that I really love and that I really think is fantastic, I'd like to take some time to point out just a couple things that I'm concerned about. First, the laundry situation. I hope it's okay for you to have this laundry alcove off the garage area rather than being in the main part of your home, but I'd really love to hear what you think. If you do prefer to have the laundry on the inside, I could possibly squeeze in a stacked washer-dryer unit here at the end of this combined closet area, but I'd really rather not introduce a different type and a narrower utility door on this wall where there's these other 4 3-foot wide doors. There's a nice rhythm with all these doors being the same, and I don't want to have to give up some closet space here to do an interior stacked washer dryer if you don't need it. But let's talk about that in more detail. The second and last concern I have is the Namaste room as a workout gym. I wonder if it's not still just a bit too tightly sized for you. I think the rower with the O2 bag setup is especially large. So I'd love to get more exact measurements from you, especially for your rower, and talk in more detail about your gym needs and wants to make sure that maybe I should, to make sure that I'm not leaving the space a little smaller than it should be. It's already encroaching a little bit into the tree's critical root zone here, so I don't want to just enlarge it unless you really think it's necessary. I think I've just about covered all the main points here, and I can't wait to hear back from you for your feedback on this first pass of your new home on this amazing lot. Thank you guys.